Hidden away on the island of Kyushu in Japan lies a place where crime and paranormal activity has been documented to a concerning extent. Surrounded by dams and minor temples, the city of Miyawaka is known to be a quiet place, with a population density of 200 people per square kilometre. It lies on the outskirts of Fukuoka, a destination well known for its castles, cuisine, and of course, nightlife. It is hugely popular with tourists. Between the two cities is Inunaki. Mount Inunaki looms over the forest landscape, acting as a natural border between the cities. The urban legend, starting in the 1980s, speaks of a village easy to miss, where howling can be heard, reverberating throughout the trees. The village, known as Inunaki Village, is filled with people who act against the expectations of society. The residents here would primarily conform to cannibalism, or just about anything they could think of. Just outside of the village, there are known to be signs reading, "The Constitution of Japan does not apply here." Why anyone would want to go here in the first place, I'll never know. Actually I do, it's just morbid curiosity. It looks kind of fun. If you enjoy videos from the creepy to the artistic, hit subscribe because you're in the right place. The story goes that in the early 1970s, a young couple was on their way to Hisayama, a town on the western side of the mountains, closer to Fukuoka. Unfortunately, the car did break down, and due to their awkward location, they decided to leave their safe space and travel up into the forest. This is because they could hear distant voices in the forest. They thought there would be people who could help them. They didn't just go there for no reason. Before long, they found themselves in a seemingly abandoned village. After exploring for a while, in the midst of the trees, they noticed an old man approach them. Kindly, the old man welcomed them to what he called Inunaki Village, right before brutally murdering the couple with a sickle. At this point, you probably are thinking things seem very far-fetched, and you'd be right, this is just a legend. But what makes this place so fascinating is how the legend manifested itself into reality. To enter the village safely, all one would have to do is traverse the narrow, winding road along the mountainous countryside. The existence of this mysterious village has been disproven on many accounts, but to those who do believe it existed, many assume it was submerged due to the construction of Inunaki Dam. It is said all that remained from the mysterious village after the construction of the dam was the entrance point, the Inunaki Tunnel. The tunnel is located near the Inunaki Reservoir, very close to Miyawaka. Its construction began around 1884, just after the Edo period. It served as a passage like any tunnel would, and allowed for goods such as food and timber to be traded between the local residents. The project itself took a while to complete. It was finished in 1949, however was disbanded in 1975 due to lack of maintenance. Today, allegedly, you can hear the screams of those killed during its construction, as at one point, according to local legend, the tunnel had collapsed, killing hundreds of workers. A new tunnel was constructed as a safer replacement for the old Inunaki Tunnel, which allowed people to travel through the mountainside without worry that the entire ceiling would collapse on them. The older tunnel was sealed off from the public eye. It was covered in concrete blocks, graffitied over, and it's slowly become one with nature. Besides the urban legend which surrounds the area, why all of the public attention? Many believe this tunnel to be one of the most haunted locations in Japan. Many believe you can even hear the howling of a dog, which, incidentally, is how the village got its name, the Howling Village. The word Inunaki actually means dog or dog's cry, and the story goes a hunter took his dog by the tunnel by the village, and was looking for game, and the dog would not stop barking. It kept barking, and all of the game the hunter wanted to shoot and gather that day had completely escaped due to the noise of his dog. And eventually the hunter got so angry, so fed up, that he broke the dog's neck. And so, due to the hunter's fit of rage, the dog remains by this tunnel, constantly howling. On the 6th of December 1988, a factory worker, Umeyama Koichi, was on his way home from work. He was stopped at a light and was attacked by 5 young men. They assaulted him and allegedly beat him with a tire iron they had found in the boot of his car. The teens deliberated on throwing Umeyama's body into the Inunaki River, but on second thought, they decided otherwise because the body would likely resurface and be discovered far more sooner than they would have ever wanted. And so together, they dragged Umeyama's body into the old Inunaki Tunnel nearby, and they burnt him with gasoline. It was noted that the killers wanted to steal the worker's car, and hence carried out their crime. Thankfully, the perpetrators of this incident were found, arrested, and sentenced to life imprisonment. Since then, the Inunaki Tunnel and the area which surrounded it wasn't just known as an urban legend, it was also known as a crime scene. The tunnel, much like any supposed haunted location, will always be shrouded in skepticism. The likeliness that the urban legend derived specifically from the results of the murder itself is most likely the case. But what's remarkable about this old tunnel is how it solidified itself, not just in the haunted scene, but also in modern culture. Like many stories similar, it has served as a catalyst for horror films and games, and creepy culture in general. In 2021, this urban legend got turned into a film called The Howlin' Village. I quite enjoyed this film, especially the first 2 acts. The ending is quite convoluted. The writer gives their own interpretation on the village itself and the people living there. If there's any take from this video, it would be to appreciate your surroundings, respect the history of something that might seem mundane, and potentially you could use it, whether it be in your own art. Maybe you can just glance at something like this and appreciate it from afar. But one thing is for certain, you should probably avoid any tunnels that sound like they're screaming. Thank you so much for watching this video. It has a totally different vibe to it from my normal stuff, but if you did like it, let me know. Other than that, take care.